Hello engineers, welcome back. In this video, we're going to practice the concept of queues again with another lead code question. I hope you're ready. Let's get started. So this is the question we'll look at today. It's called find the winner of the circular game. Let's first try to understand the question and then we'll see how we can use queues to solve this, right? So there are n friends that are playing a game. The friends are sitting in a circle and are numbered from 1 to n in clockwise order. More formally, moving clockwise from the ith friend will bring you to the I plus 1th friend for I lies between 1 and n, and moving clockwise from the nth friend brings you to the first friend. The rules of the game are as follows. Start at the first friend, count the next k friends in the clockwise direction, including the friend you started at. The counting wraps around the circle and may count some friends more than once. The last friend you counted leaves the circle and loses the game. If there is still more than one friend in the circle, go back to step 2, starting from the friend immediately clockwise of the friend who just lost and repeat. Else, the last friend in the circle wins the game. Given the number of friends n and an integer k, return the winner of the game. Okay. So they've given a pictorial representation for this to understand it better. Let's see. So there are 5 friends sitting like this in a circle and the value of k is 2. So we start at 1 and we go up to k. Now we reached here. Now 2 is eliminated. Next we start at 3 and we go up to k. Now 4 is eliminated. We start at 5. We go up to k. Now 1 is eliminated. We start at 3. We go up to k. 5 is eliminated. 3 remains and 3 is the winner. Okay. We can immediately think of using a circular linked list for this, and that would also be a good solution. But since we are practicing queues, let's try to see how we can use queues for this. Let's say all our friends are in a queue instead of a linked list. So my n is 5 and k is 2, and let's say everybody is in a queue like this. Okay, so what do we need? We need to start at 1 and go up to 2, right? So in the case of a linked list, we could have just iterated over the list multiple times. We could have just pointed 5 to 1 and made it a circular linked list, and we could have easily iterated over the list and come back to the first place. But with queues, we cannot do all that. All we can do is push and pop, right? Push, pop. We can only see what is at the front. We can only see what is at the back, right? Or rear. Okay. So how can we do this? So we are at the front. Let's say this is my front, and we need to travel up to 2. So we need to somehow travel up to 2. So for iterating in a queue, what we can do is we can see this element and we can push it back to the queue. That way 2 will come forward and we kind of simulate the iteration. So let's see. So if my I is here, and as long as I is not reaching k, I will repeat this operation. What will I do? I will push this front element back to the queue like this. Okay, now this is my front and this is my I. Now I have reached 2. Okay, now I can pop this. Okay, how do I pop? We already have a function for pop, and now this is popped and my front is now 3. Okay, I can repeat the same thing for the remaining pieces as well. So I am at I will go forward up to k, and as long as it is going forward, I will keep pushing the elements back to the queue. So 3 will go back, and now my front and I are here. Now I can pop 4. 4 is popped, and now my front and I are here, right? And I will move forward. I will reach k, and until I reaches k, I will keep pushing this backward. So 5 will go to the back of the queue now. Now my queue is like this, right? And I can pop 1. So 1 is popped. Now my front and I are here. Okay, now I will go forward up to k, and now 3 will go back to the queue, and I can pop 5. So 5 is popped, and now my front and I are here. Since I have only one element in the queue, this is the winner. I will simply return whatever is in the front. Okay, so that will be our approach for using queues. Let's see how we can code this. First, let's take a queue of int, and we will fill the queue with these numbers 1 to 5, right? Queue dot push, right? Okay, now our queue is ready. We need to somehow iterate over the queue and keep popping the element found at k, right? For this, we will keep iterating over the queue in this way, while queue dot size is greater than 1 until we reach the last element. This loop will repeat. Okay, and now we can do it like this. We can take a temporary variable and point it to k, and we will iterate over the queue by pushing and popping. So let's see. So let's say int temp equal to k, and while temp greater than 1, I will keep doing temp minus minus. So this is the simulation of iterating through the queue. Okay, now as I'm going through each element in the queue, I will take it out and push it back to the queue. So int element equal to queue dot front, whatever is in the front, I am taking it out and I am pushing it back to the queue, and I pop it from the front. I repeat this process until temp is greater than 1. So if temp is 2, this loop will repeat 2 times. Will repeat 1 time, right? And we need that guy who we need to pop. That guy will be available at temp equal to 1. Okay. Next. So after going through all this, we found our guy. We will simply pop. Okay. So quick recap. What are we doing here? We have a temp variable and pointed it to k, and k is starting at 2, let's say. Okay. So while loop has started. Now we have pushed the first element back to the queue. Let's say this is our first element. We have pushed it back to the queue, and temp minus minus. So temp is now here, right? Temp is now 1. And while loop is exited, and we are popping the front element of the queue, which is 2. Okay. And the whole cycle repeats again. Now after going through the whole change, we can simply return whatever is in the front of the queue. And that's it. Okay, so that is our solution. Okay, now let's discuss the time complexity. So this is the first loop, which is going all the way up to n. So this is O of n operation. This is another while loop. This is getting executed multiple times, and at each time we are eliminating one element in the queue. So this will essentially become O of n operation, and inside there is another while loop. This is happening for k times, right? This is iterating for k times. So this whole thing is O of n into O of k. Plus the O of n at the top. But this is not significant, so we will return O of n into k as our time complexity. Space complexity is O of n because we have used q. Okay. So we have learned a new technique today where we saw how to iterate over the queue. Usually we don't iterate over the queue, we just do push and pop. But if we need to iterate, we can use this pushing and popping together and keep pushing elements from the front to the back and repeat. Okay, that's how we can iterate over the queue. So this was a good practice for our queue concept. If you have any questions, definitely ask me. Don't forget to leave a like if you found this helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to comment if you have any questions or suggestions. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to bookmark the playlist and share it with your friends. I will see you in the next one. Cheers.